look earlier.
You need to look a lot earlier. Like you did there. You get a nice view to the right, didn't you?
Yeah.
Let's do the same at the next roundabout, okay? This time, can you talk me through it? Just tell me where you're looking on the approach.
No.
Talk me through the routine as you're approaching the roundabout, please. And we're going to turn... Which way we're going?
Oh, the roundabout, we're going to turn right 360 degrees.
Right, so we'll do another U-turn. And this time, talk me through your routine. And as soon as you get a chance to see what's coming from...
Talking through the whole routine.
The whole thing. The full Monty.
What, the mirror, signal, position, speed, look routine.
Everything from now. What can you do?
Triple mirrors.
Yep.
Signal.
Yep.
Position.
Good.
I thought this was okay.
And where are you looking now? Can you see?
I'm looking to the right.
Can you see?
I'm looking ahead.
If you can't see, are you ready to stop? What's happening?
I'm looking to the right. I'm looking to the left.
And can
ahead.
we go?
I can go.
Well done. Good. That's good. At that time, you had to be a bit slower because there was a lot of traffic there, and you were working out where it was going. And while you were working out where it was going, you were at a speed where you could stop if you needed to. As it happened, the other cars went the other way and left you a gap, and you were in second gear ready to go.
So I just look right and ahead.
As you're approaching it, start looking right first. Right and ahead. They're the people that are going to come to you first. Also, if you see somebody approach from the other side, see where he's going. If he's indicating
What
right,
side?
from the left, because if there is traffic on the right, they might have to stop to let somebody else come round.
So I look to the right early. I look ahead.
Yeah, you sort of go right, ahead, left, and then back round to the right.
Oh, you never said anything about the left, sorry.
So let's do...
At the roundabout, we're going to turn right 360 degrees all the way around.
Okay, so another 360. So your routine here, like you did before.
Now mirrors.
Okay. Now
Signal.
start looking right. What can you see? What are those two cars doing? What's the second one
my
doing?
routine.
What about the
To
second
the
car?
right, ahead.
Anything else?
Left,
Opposite?
ahead, right. No,
Anything there?
I'll keep going.
Good, well done. So your routine with mirrors and signal and position is pretty good.
Was there something wrong with that to begin with?
No, not really. It's the first time I've seen you drive. Just want to check that you know what you're doing. But the problem was that you were just leaving the looking until a bit late, wasn't it? With the roundabout, look as soon as you get the view. So the next roundabout, are we going to do another?
We're going to turn left.
We're going to turn left this time. Okay, so first exit turning left at the roundabout. Okay, can you see the roundabout?
Yeah.
Alright, you're going to start the routine?
I have to talk you through the whole routine again.
No, just tell me where you're looking. What can you see?
I'm looking early to the right.
What about
ahead?
Yeah.
Left, ahead, right.
Is it safe to go? Are we in the right gear?
Yeah, it's safe to go.
Well done. Good. That's alright.
It's not always as easy as that, though, is it?
No, it's not, unfortunately. What problems have you been having before?
Loads of people come from the right. Sit there all day.
So if you're sitting at the front of the queue waiting for a gap in the traffic, where do you need to be looking? Where's your gap going to come from?
To the right.
And
I'm
what?
going to turn left.
Okay, take next left, please. What would make a gap appear for you to get into?
Miracle, I think.
It happens occasionally.
And we just stop on the left hand.
Okay, just pull over in a safe place somewhere. On the left, please.
Yeah, sorry, what you're saying about?
So if you're stopped at a queue, you're the first car at the roundabout, and you're saying there's lots of traffic coming from the right and you can never get onto it. When would a gap appear? How would it appear?
When the traffic stops coming.
And so if there's just a break in the traffic, you mean?
Yeah, when the traffic stops coming from the right,
So
then I get to go.
That's one. Yes, a break in the traffic.
Yeah.
Anything else that would make that traffic stop that you can think of?
No.
What about if somebody's coming from their right?
Oh yes, yeah.
So what would happen then?
Would they stop them from coming at me.
So they could block the traffic on your right and make some space for you.
Oh, so they help me?
So where could you be looking? Not just to the right for a gap. It might come from the right, like you said, you can get a break in the traffic. But if you're looking for somebody who could block the traffic, where do you need to be looking there?
Everywhere. Right ahead, left ahead, right, you said, didn't it?
Yeah, you might get somebody from this left side who's turning into the same road as you, and he's going to block the traffic on your right and make the gap for you.
Right, just come out of roll a minute.
Okay.
Which part of the routine did I get wrong?
It was just looking too late, wasn't it? You were doing...
Yeah, so it was the look routine. So why did you go anywhere near the rest of the routine? It wasn't broken, was it?
No.
So which bit should you only work on? Because don't forget, I've got a test coming up in 10 days' time. You should only work on the bit that's broken, shouldn't you? Yeah?
See, that's just because of it being role play. I'm thinking, because the subject is...
Yeah, but did you see a problem
routine.
with my mirrors and my signal?
No, it's fine.
So therefore, you did spot the problem with my routine was the look routine. I was looking late.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking in the right place, yeah? That was the only part of the routine you needed to work on, yeah?
Okay.
That's the analysation leading you to the remedial action. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you've analysed it. I mean, if the whole routine was missing, then you'd work on the whole routine, or the parts of the routine that weren't there. But the rest of my routine was perfect, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was just you would...
So it's
like
followed. I should have just followed my normal routine there.
Because actually, MSPSL doesn't apply itself that well to a roundabout, does it? In terms of look, you don't sort of mirror and then look. You don't. You're looking all the time as you're doing everything, aren't you?
Yeah, but it's a look routine, isn't it? It was the only part of the routine I was getting wrong, wasn't it?
Yeah.
My mirrors were right. Yeah.
Yeah, position was okay and everything. Timing of
okay, if my look routine is wrong, then obviously my speed routine it's going to roll over to my speed routine, isn't it? Because I'm probably going to come to a stop, isn't it? Because I'm looking too late, yeah?
Yeah, which is a typical sort of learning thing to do, isn't it? So, yeah.
So we go from there?
Okay, yep. So ideally now we should try to find a busy roundabout, shouldn't we, where you might have to stop and wait for a gap, but it's difficult at this time, isn't it?
At the end of the road we're going to be turning right.
Okay, when you get to the end of this road, can you turn right, please? Okay, so what was wrong with that there when you came out of the junction?
I just lost the grip on the steering a bit, didn't I? Sorry about that.
Yeah, why did that happen, do you know? Do you think you accelerated a bit hard out of the junction?
Don't think so.
Let's try it here. Let's turn right at the roundabout. Okay, and there's nothing behind, so... Oh, there is now. Let's get your speed down a bit. Go slower than...
I'll go straight on the roundabout.
You're going straight on, are you? What I was going to say was... Instead of accelerating in the middle of the corner when you've got your hands full with steering, get your car around the corner, then accelerate as you're straightening up, and it'll be a lot more smooth and more balanced.
And straight on.
Okay, follow the road straight ahead, please, at the roundabout. So now, as you turn in this way, now put the power in, and it's nice and smooth rather than... it's very hard to control a car if you're trying to accelerate and steer at the same time. Steer sharply and accelerate hard at the same time. Oh, look at the crossing in front. What's wrong with that?
I'll report that to the council.
Did you have these footlights put in here? Or are they in the
try and
car?
stay in road if you can. And we're going to turn left.
The next left, please. Yeah, so as you're straightening up, you were on the power, nice and smooth.
Nervous tonight, I think.
Sorry, what's that?
Just a bit nervous with my test coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's your first one, isn't it?
Yeah. And my last one, I hope.
Hopefully, yeah.
And we're going to turn right.
And if you could turn right, please, at the junction here. Is it because you've got one hand on the wheel as you're straightening it up, maybe? You were changing gear at the same time, weren't you, there? And it,
Was I?
and it,
I thought you said I was accelerating too hard.
Well, that's what it looked like the first time. Maybe it's a bit of both. Let's go to another T-junction and just have another look. We'll turn right somewhere where we can.
And we're going to turn right.
Okay, take the next right,
Oh,
please.
sorry, it's bed.
Oh. Follow the road round to the right.
And we're going to turn right.
And at the end of the road, let's turn right, please. So here, even if it's clear, can you stop at the end? So that we can practice setting up from a standstill. Right, so don't change gear till you've straightened up. That's it, straighten up now. Now change
Oh,
gear.
yeah, change gear.
See, you've got one hand on the wheel as you're straightening up. So get your steering straight, then change gear. That's what it
right.
was, yeah?
So it wasn't that I was accelerating too hard. I was trying to steer one-handed, wasn't
Yeah.
I? Oh, right.
At the first time, it did seem like you were accelerating a bit hard. That's why I thought that could have been it. But I think those last two times, it was down to one hand on the wheel.
Oh, right.
So
And
let's
we're going to turn right.
turn right here. This time, don't change gear till you've got your car straight and you've got. You're pointing
Right,
into
so
the.
don't you, so take control of the situation because I have made an error here.
So,
Yeah.
so
So
you're setting off in first.
I'm out of roll. So this time, as you make the turn, Tony, don't change gear until I tell you.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you when to change. Okay, so when it's safe, let's set off. Stay in this gear. Stay here. Now change. Now you're straight. And you've got your two hands on the wheel for
Yeah, I
steering.
didn't want it at that time, did I?
Yeah?
That's better, wasn't it?
It's good that. That works just nicely when it's a short road. You could use a similar technique if it's a roundabout. Get it into second before you start turning right.
You stop on the left.
Let's pull up on the left. If it's a big wide road or a roundabout where you're turning right, another option would be to go first gear, second gear, then start turning.
Yeah, you need to take these faults a little bit further and find out from me, do I know what the consequences of,
Okay.
yeah? Because there is a consequence, isn't it?
Hmm.
I mean, so far there's been no car coming towards me, but I have actually been losing my steering, yeah?
Yeah.
You should have spotted that on the first one that I was on the gear change.
Change your gear.
Right in the middle of the junction. Where were you watching? Only had one hand on the wheel, didn't I?
Okay.
Yeah? That's why the car swung next to the right. Yeah, so there is a consequence to that, isn't there?
Yeah.
So at the level I'm at, I would ask me, you know, what's the consequence of the car swung neck into the right?
Hmm.
Come on then. So back in roll.
So I think just back to the first couple of right turns that you did where you sort of steered and you lost control of the steering and the car went round too far, didn't it? And it went slightly onto the wrong side of the road. How could that be dangerous? What can you think of any situations where that might be dangerous to people?
If the car coming the opposite way, I could have hit them, couldn't I?
Yeah.
So how am I going to avoid that in future then?
So remember the last junction
Don't
that...
ask me.
How are you going to avoid that in future?
As you said, get the wheels straight and then change gear.
Yeah. And the last one that you did worked just nicely, didn't it? You were in full control because you weren't trying to change gear and steer 90 degrees at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, so don't forget, anytime I make a fault, there you got it spotted. And then you got to deal with it. Got to use the core comps on it, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah. At this level, with 10 days to my test, ask me. In the same way, coming up to the roundabout, when I was looking late, by getting me to go through the whole routine would be over instruction, wouldn't it? Because with 10 days coming up to my test, I'm thinking, oh my God, I got 10 days going up to my test, and my whole mirror signal position speed look routine's up this one here, where it wasn't, was it?
No, it was part of it, yeah.
It was just the fact that I wasn't looking. It took you a long time to get in there and mention about looking right ahead, and left ahead, right, yeah. Because that's where I'm going to spot the blockers, isn't it?
Yeah.
That makes sense? There doesn't have to be a situation there where I need a blocker for you to educate a pupil on it. Yeah, what time of the day is your check test?
It's middle of the afternoon.
Yeah, so the roads could be just as quiet, couldn't they? Yeah, you might get no situation where a blocker develops, yeah. But you would still talk about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yep. So when you get to the end of the road,
left.
Let's turn left this time, please. And then if you could just pull up somewhere on the left, please.
Done something wrong again. Have I done something wrong?
Well, you have there. Apparently it's not my car. A little bit wrong there. It's the first time you've done it today. Did you feel that the car wasn't slowing down enough for you as you approached the junction then?
You did feel like it's going a little bit fast.
Yeah. Any ideas where that was?
I was braking.
Yeah?
Your brakes not as powerful as Bob's car.
No, brakes are okay. And they've been okay until that junction, haven't they? All the other ones you've done have been okay. There's something else that you pressed as well before you pressed the brake. What was that?
The indicator.
With your feet?
Oh no, my feet. I've done the usual, just put a clutch down.
Yeah, so when would you normally put your clutch down there? You've come up to the junction quite nicely in second gear, wasn't it?
Just force slip in the first gear.
Yeah, yeah. That time you just pressed it a bit early, you pressed the clutch and then started braking, and the car sort of didn't slow down as much as you want because you've got no help from the engine. It's just
the engine helps, isn't it?
Coasting, isn't it?
Oh, coasting, I remember.
Yeah, have you heard of coasting?
Yeah.
It's the first time you've done it today.
Yeah, the only time I've ever coasted on lessons that I know of, that I can remember in the early stages, was going uphill to a junction. I actually run out of steam and I roll back. Quite embarrassing.
And that would be in first gear.
Yeah, Bob said I put the clutch down too early, and the car just didn't make the giveaway line.
Right. Okay. So yeah, brakes just slow down at first, and then, well, you've been doing it okay so far. Press the clutch down, you said just before the end of the junction, just as you're about to change it into first. Let's try another one now. Okay, so don't press the clutch before the brakes.
Could you help me?
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah.
Yeah?
Do you want me to talk you through step by step?
No, not step by step. What part of the routine have I got wrong?
Speed because of your control.
Clutch. Coasting,
yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, so what part of the routine are you going to help me with?
Timing of when to press the clutch down and change gear.
Yeah. It's time when to put the clutch down. Yes, so don't make the mistake of running through the whole routine, because I'll end up at the end of this lesson going away with no confidence, yeah? Yeah? So the error's been made. Yeah, you've core comped it really reasonably well there. It's coasting. I lose my engine braking on a flat road. or going downhill, the car's going to go faster because of lack of engine braking. If I was coming uphill to the junction,
It runs out too early.
it would have the opposite
Yeah.
effect, yeah?
Yeah.
So the remedial action has got to be that you're going to help me on the next one and tell me when to put the clutch down.
Okay.
And then after that, then maybe prompt me on the next one.
Okay.
Make sense?
Let's do that.
So we wouldn't just drive on and just forget about it. Yeah, that makes sense. And we're going to turn left at the end.
When you get to the end of the road, let's turn left. Okay,
And
so,
we're gonna turn left.
so you're in third gear, right? So stop braking now, but don't press the clutch.
Alright.
Now clutch and first gear as it's down. There you go, like that. So just before it's about to stall, it's about the right time there, isn't it? Just like you would if you were pulling up at the side of the road.
You mean just before I need to get first gear?
Yeah. What you're doing really is planning to stop at the end, and as it's going to stop, you're getting ready to go by putting it into first.
Well,
aren't you?
would not be first gear, would it? It might be second gear, wouldn't it? The appropriate gear, isn't it?
Yeah, I was thinking of that junction there, T junction that you couldn't see out of.
At the roundabout, we're going to turn right 360 degrees.
Okay, at the roundabout, let's do a U-turn please, turning right, coming back on the same road. So, think about the timing of your gear change. Well done, that's it. And the clutch comes up in second, yeah, good. That's alright.
And turning right.
Have to take the next road on the right, please. Good. Well done there with you. So you've just pressed the clutch down just as you were stopping there to let this other car go first. Yeah, that was okay there. Those last 2 or 3 junctions that we went through. Do you feel okay about the coaster now? Do you think you got the timing of that sorted out? Do you want to do another couple of T junctions just to...
Yeah, can you just try
practice?
one T junction just to make sure that
Yeah, okay.
it's okay, because I don't know.
Maybe go back to that first one where it went a bit wrong so we can get that one...
I don't fail on that.
Just get it right, yeah? But I think we talked about consequences, not just failing, is it? I doubt you would fail your test for pressing your clutch a couple of seconds early.
No, but I want to get a little driver for it. We're going to turn right.
Going right here, okay?
So ask me when would I put the clutch down? Ask me.
Now.
Oh,
And first gear.
no.
That's it.
Because you're not getting a prompt there.
Sorry, I thought you
Ask me.
thought you just actually asked me to when you put it down.
Well, you've told me twice, haven't you?
Yeah. Right,
Got-
so when we come to the end of this street,
Yeah, there's got to be a time where I'm going to have to do it myself.
can you talk me through what you're doing with relation to your
All right, yeah.
clutch and gear change and the timing of it all?
No, gear change is fine. It's just the clutch in it.
Yeah. Going left at the end.
No, because that's in somebody's garden.
It's the next bit, isn't it?
And right at the end, please.
I'm going right this time away. Okay, so right at the end.
I'm going to get my gear about now. So clutch now.
Yep. That's about right.
Oh, that felt better, didn't it?
Yeah. A little bit of a judder that you get there. Ideally, just before it starts to do that, or just as it starts to do that. And that was just nice there, wasn't it?